From leaked tapes to calling their own kids pigs. Some people really don't deserve to be parents. Here are some celebrities who are terrible parents.
Out of everything that I've been through, this one hit me probably the hardest, and that's a heck of a thing to say, because I've been through a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh man, Hulk Hogan's got no place to hide on this list. He went and hooked up with his daughter's BFF. And of course that ended his marriage in a super messy divorce, where his own son had to play peacemaker. Talk about a family affair gone wrong.
I can't believe you said that, because we're having children. It's outpacing our ability to house them.
Speaking of messed up dads, Alec Baldwin's on this list for a pretty outrageous reason. He left a voicemail for his own daughter that was beyond terrible. Like seriously, who does that? In the voicemail, which got leaked to the world, he straight up called his 11-year-old daughter a rude, thoughtless little pig, and even went on to tell her she lacked basic human decency and intelligence.
About what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
It's no wonder that people were shocked and outraged by his behavior. Let's just say Alec Baldwin's got some serious regrets about his parenting skills. And then there's Michael Jackson. He had one major screw-up that will go down in history. When fans were cheering for him outside his Berlin balcony, he decided to come out with his baby and dangle him over the edge for everyone to see. Talk about reckless and irresponsible parenting. And if you look at Jackson's behavior in his later years, it's pretty clear that his judgment wasn't always sound. All in all, not a great role model for parents out there. And there's a certain someone whose position on this list is beyond disturbing.
There are turning points in your life when you suddenly realize that something momentous can possibly happen.
I'm talking about Woody Allen. I mean, he went and married his own stepdaughter, Soon-Yi Previn. And to make matters even worse, he was still dating her mom, Mia Farrow, at the time. It's hard to wrap your head around how messed up that is.
Would you have ever dated Woody Allen?
Can you ask that question? Of course not. I regret the day I met him.
I don't know how anyone can justify that kind of behavior. It's no wonder that people consider him one of the worst celebrity parents ever. And while we're treading on some tricky ground,
much as I would like to address some of the misrepresentations made about myself and Nicole concerning our life together.
O.J. Simpson has got to be on the list. I mean, he's a pretty shady man in general, but there's no denying that his parenting skills are highly questionable. I mean, his child's mother was murdered in 1994, along with her friend Ron Goldman, and many people suspect that Simpson was involved. Even though he was acquitted of criminal charges, he was still found guilty in a civil case and ordered to pay $33 million in wrongful death damages. To this day, he still hasn't fully paid that settlement. It's hard to imagine how any parent could put their child through something like that.
If I don't get to Michael, he ain't gonna be here long. I said that.
Still, when it comes to bad celebrity parents, Joe Jackson is one of the worst. He openly admitted to beating his own children with a belt, and according to Michael Jackson, he was a bully who emotionally and physically abused his sons. That kind of behavior is just unacceptable, and it's no wonder that Michael and his siblings had such a difficult childhood. Even when confronted about his parenting tactics on Oprah, Joe refused to apologize or express any kind of remorse. It's truly disturbing to think about the kind of environment he created for his children.
So, Bruce, do you remember when we were living on Abington?
Yeah.
And we made that little tape? Because we decided it was a good idea.
And then there's someone who used her daughters as much as she could, Kris Jenner, also known as the momager of the Kardashian clan. She has a pretty shady past when it comes to her parenting skills. According to sources, she was the one behind the release of Kim Kardashian tape, which is now infamous. Author Ian Halperin even claims that she engineered the deal and made sure the tape was released to the public.
Did you help Kim release her tape?
It's okay. No.
It's hard to imagine any parent doing something like that to their own child. Kris Jenner's actions raise a lot of questions about her ability to put her daughter's well-being ahead of her own interests. Speaking of putting their own needs first, how hard is it to not do drugs while pregnant? So, it's no secret that Courtney Love has had a troubled past. When it comes to her parenting skills, she admitted to doing heroin while pregnant with her and Kurt Cobain's daughter Frances, which is just appalling. It's no wonder that she lost custody of her daughter following an overdose of OxyContin and an arrest for possession. It's clear that Love's addiction issues have hurt her ability to be a good parent, and it's truly unfortunate for her daughter. And then we've got someone who's abusive toward his baby mama. Charlie Sheen's record as a parent is pretty dismal, to say the least. He's had multiple incidents of abusive and threatening behavior toward his ex-wives, Denise Richards and Brooke Mueller, which led to restraining orders being filed against him. In 2015, he went on a crazed Twitter rant against Denise Richards, which further cemented his reputation as an unfit parent. It's clear that Sheen has some serious issues when it comes to controlling his anger and treating others with respect, and his children have unfortunately been caught in the crossfire. While that's pretty problematic, it still doesn't beat Kate Gosselin, known for her role in John and Kate Plus 8, has been accused of abusive behavior towards her children. In a leaked journal entry, Gosselin described spanking her 2-year-old son Collins as hard as she could after he spilled a bag of beans, admitting that she may seriously injure a child, but today was that day. She is currently facing child abuse allegations in court. And then there's another celebrity parent who's used their child for their own gain, Dina Lohan. Let's just say she has earned herself quite the reputation for being a terrible celebrity parent. Not only did she milk every ounce of fame out of her daughter Lindsay, but her ex-husband Michael was no saint either, with a criminal record to boot. It's a shame that Lindsay didn't have a proper support system during her early days in the industry, but I guess we can't expect much from parents who care more about their own notoriety than their children's well-being. Also, there are parents who just like yelling for no reason, like Farrah Abraham, known for her tape scandal. She has made it to our list for her scandalous behavior on VH1's Teen Mom. She has been caught on camera yelling at her daughter for no reason, and even called her too stupid to get ready. Her over-the-top drama seems to be the only thing that pushes the show's ratings in an upward direction. And then I've got parents indulged in drugs. Again, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown are notorious for their drug-fueled antics, which tragically impacted their daughter Bobby Christina Brown. The family's driver claimed in a 2015 report by the Daily Mail that Houston and Brown smoked crack in front of their young daughter when she was only 5 years old. Both parents had a history of struggling with addiction and frequently checked in and out of rehab facilities. Bobby Christina's own death from drug-related causes in 2015 only added to the sadness of the situation. I know that's pretty messed up. Wait till you hear the next one. Apparently, marrying a child molester is a thing for Mama June. She definitely takes the #1 spot on this list, and for good reason. While her behavior as a pageant mom was questionable at best, it was her decision to date and raise her child with a man who had been convicted of child molestation that really sealed the deal. That man, known as Sugar Bear, had served 10 years in prison for molesting Mama June's own daughter, Anna. The fact that Mama June would not only date, but also allow her child to be around someone with that kind of history is beyond disturbing. It's no wonder she exited the public sphere in shame. And there you have it, celebrities who are terrible parents.